from the Center for Immigration Studies, Director of Policy Studies. Jessica Vaughan is our guest on this. Jessica, good to see you. Thank you for coming
Likewise.
on. The president, we were talking earlier about midterm elections, and the president has made immigration a big topic, especially this caravan of the midterms. He's talked about it in many of his recent rallies. This has to be the election of the caravan. His critics say he is basically making this all about politics, that it's a political stunt, for example, to send 5,000 plus troops to the border. Because of the timing that I just mentioned, that these migrants won't be near the border anytime before the election, how is it not just a political stunt? What's your view?
Well, it's a political stunt on the part of the organizers of the caravan, Pueblos Sin Fronteras, that is bent on using this caravan as a way to challenge the Trump administration's promises to secure our border and make the case for open borders and challenge our sovereignty. But it's very necessary for the president to have a response.
Right.
The main part of the caravan is still far away, and that's because Secretary Pompeo did a great job working with the government of Mexico to come up with a common coordinated response, and that's helping slow them down, and some of them are interested now in peeling off and staying in Mexico. But the most undesirable parts of this caravan, the people who've been deported before, the gang members, and who knows who else, criminals and others, have probably already made contact with the smuggling organizations that control the southern side of our border with Mexico.
That? Do we just assume that? Is that based on past experience, based on past study? How do we know? How would we know that?
Well, we know it from past experience that these caravans have been infiltrated by the smugglers before because they're competition for them, and they want to peel off people and get them to pay the smugglers to get them across. It's going to be a lot harder now because the Border Patrol has been reinforced with U.S. soldiers, and they're going to be putting up some more barriers that are going to keep people from getting to the United States. And that's really a good thing because these smugglers
my question was based on the deployment of those resources right before a midterm election when the caravan, even to your point, is still a long way away from the border. I mean, what if they show up at the border and their numbers have really, really dwindled as some apply for asylum in Mexico, some go back, whatever it may be. 5,000 troops are at the border weeks from now, and there's a very small caravan. What if that's the case?
Well, the problem is that there is a daily stream of kind of mini caravans of people that have been arriving all along. Something like 1,700 people a day have been able to breach our border, and that is kind of the silent caravan that really needs to be stopped as well, because there are gang members and criminals taking advantage of that. There are people coming and asking for asylum who have no intention of actually pursuing an asylum claim. This is a huge burden on American communities. They don't stay in the border area. They're coming to towns in the interior, the East Coast primarily, and that needs to be nipped in the bud and well, really brought to a halt, because it's a long-term problem that the president has been trying to figure out how to deal with, and he needs to, for relief for American communities, but also to show voters that he's taking action against it.
All right, Jessica Vaughan, thank you very much.